Princess Anne had remained silent for weeks. As headlines swirled across Britain claiming that King Charles was gradually handing more authority to Prince William, royal watchers wondered whether the Princess Royal, the monarch's most trusted sibling, would eventually weigh in. Anne has never been known for dramatic interviews or emotional public statements. Instead, she has built a reputation over decades through discipline, consistency, and unwavering loyalty to the crown. But now, after reports suggested that Prince William was assuming greater responsibility in the day-to-day workings of the monarchy, attention shifted toward one crucial question. What did Princess Anne really think? Was she supportive of the king's decision? Did she believe William was ready? Or was there more happening behind palace walls than the public had been told? Today, we're taking a closer look at the growing speculation surrounding Princess Anne's response to King Charles increasingly relying on Prince William. While much remains private, royal observers have pointed to Anne's public actions, long-established principles, and history within the institution to understand what this transition could mean for the future of the monarchy. Before we continue, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. For many royal experts, none of this has come as a surprise. King Charles has spent years preparing for a streamlined monarchy, emphasizing efficiency, continuity, and long-term stability. As the demands of the crown continue to evolve, it has become increasingly natural for the Prince of Wales to shoulder a larger share of public responsibilities. William has represented the king at major ceremonies, undertaken significant overseas engagements, and continued expanding initiatives focused on mental health, homelessness, environmental conservation, and early childhood development alongside Catherine. Each appearance has reinforced the perception that Britain's future king is steadily transitioning into an even more prominent leadership role. Yet throughout this period, Princess Anne has remained one of the monarchy's most dependable figures. Known for carrying out hundreds of engagements each year and rarely seeks headlines. Instead, she quietly fulfills her duties with remarkable consistency, earning admiration from supporters across generations. That is precisely why many believe her perspective carries enormous weight inside the royal family. Unlike commentators outside palace walls, Anne understands firsthand what royal duty truly requires. She has witnessed the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, supported King Charles through decades as Prince of Wales, and now watches Prince William prepare for responsibilities that will one day define another generation. Few individuals possess such a unique perspective. Royal historians often describe Anne as someone who values preparation over popularity. She has never appeared interested in status or public acclaim. Instead, she has consistently emphasized commitment, responsibility, and service. Those qualities happen to mirror many of the characteristics observers increasingly associate with Prince William. Over recent years, William has adopted a more measured public style. Rather than rushing into every controversy, he often focuses on carefully selected causes while maintaining the dignity expected of the future sovereign. That approach bears similarities to Anne's own long-established philosophy. Several royal commentators have suggested that Anne likely appreciates this steady evolution. Not because William is perfect, but because leadership within the monarchy demands patience rather than spectacle. As speculation intensified about Charles entrusting William with greater influence, Anne's public schedule offered subtle clues. She continued appearing alongside both the king and the Prince of Wales at official events, projecting unity rather than division. Body language experts frequently pointed to relaxed conversations, shared smiles, and coordinated appearances as signs of mutual confidence. Of course, body language cannot reveal private conversations, but consistent cooperation over time often speaks louder than dramatic rumors. Meanwhile, palace supporters noted another important detail. Princess Anne has always placed institutional stability above individual personalities. Whether supporting her mother during periods of political change or assisting Charles throughout his reign, Anne's priority has consistently been preserving public confidence in the crown. If William taking on greater responsibility strengthens that objective, many believe and would naturally support such a transition. That doesn't necessarily mean Charles is stepping aside. Far from it. The king continues carrying out constitutional duties while remaining head of state. However, like every modern monarchy, responsibilities can gradually be shared among senior, working royals. Delegation has long existed within royal history. Queen Elizabeth II herself increasingly relied upon Charles and other senior members during her later years while continuing to fulfill her constitutional role. Many experts see today's developments as part of that same tradition rather than a sudden transfer of power. Princess Anne, with her extensive experience, would understand that distinction better than almost anyone. There is another reason many observers believe Anne's response has been quietly positive. She has spent decades watching William grow from a young prince into a mature public figure. She witnessed his military service, his charitable initiatives, his marriage to Catherine, and his transition into fatherhood. Throughout those milestones, William gradually developed the qualities expected of a future monarch. Unlike fleeting media narratives, and has seen that growth unfold over many years. Insiders have often described the relationship between Anne and William as respectful and professional. Although Anne avoids unnecessary publicity, there has never been significant public evidence of tension between them. Instead, they appear united by a shared understanding of royal responsibility. Duty first, personal preference second. That principle has guided Anne throughout her life. Many believe William increasingly embraces the same philosophy. Some commentators even argue that Anne sees echoes of her own work ethic in her nephew. Neither is known for chasing celebrity. Neither frequently engages in public disputes. Both generally allow their work to speak louder than headlines. If true, that shared outlook could explain why Anne appears comfortable with William assuming an expanded role. Of course, transitions inside the royal family are never entirely simple. Every generation brings new expectations from the public. Today's monarchy must balance centuries-old traditions with modern communication, social media scrutiny, and changing public priorities. William faces challenges unlike those encountered by previous heirs. Yet, and also understands that adaptability has always been essential for the crown's survival. Throughout history, successful monarchies evolved without abandoning their core principles. Perhaps that is exactly what Charles hopes to achieve by gradually preparing William for greater responsibility. Not through dramatic announcements, not through constitutional upheaval, but through careful experience accumulated over time. Observers also point to Catherine's growing role. The Princess of Wales has become one of the monarchy's most recognizable and respected figures. Her charitable work, public engagements, and calm approach have strengthened confidence in the next generation of royal leadership. Princess Anne has publicly worked alongside Catherine on numerous occasions, and many believe she recognizes the importance of presenting a united front as the monarchy looks toward the future. Together, William and Catherine increasingly represent continuity, stability, and renewal. Those are values Anne has championed throughout her own decades of public service. While speculation continues about what private conversations may have taken place inside Buckingham Palace, one thing remains consistent. Princess Anne has never measured success by titles alone. She measures it by service, by reliability, by commitment. And if King Charles believes Prince William is ready to shoulder greater responsibility in support of the crown, many royal observers believe and would judge that decision not by emotion, but by whether it strengthens the institution she has faithfully served her entire life. As Britain continues watching the royal family's next chapter unfold, Princess Anne's steady example may offer the clearest insight of all. Rather than fueling speculation, her decades of unwavering service suggest that a strong monarchy depends on preparation, unity, and a commitment to duty above personal ambition. Whether Prince William's expanding role marks the beginning of a broader transition or simply reflects the king's confidence in his heir, Anne's quiet support, expressed through cooperation rather than headlines, reinforces the message that continuity remains at the heart of the crown. Only time will reveal how this evolving partnership shapes the monarchy's future.